For the first time, Dad and I are doing a versus Merseyside rebuild with Everton and Liverpool. However, to even things up with the squads, we are using the new Mad Scientist 8687 database. And this is back when both teams were the best in the country and sharing league titles. So strap in for a crazy rebuild where we battle against each other and build the best teams that you've ever seen. Well, Dad, we're back with another retro rebuild.
I'm going to enjoy this one.
Yeah, and this is very much in your prime in terms of watching and supporting football.
Definitely.
In the 80s, mid-80s, before I was even born. But the Mad Scientist has just created the 8687 database, and my God, does it look good. With, of course, all of the logos and kits that you can get from supporting him for doing all the work. But the actual database itself is available for everybody, and it is a corker. So we've decided, back then in 1986, Liverpool had just won the league. So with Everton finishing runners-up and winning it in 85, and Everton actually win the season that this is based on, the 86-87, they win it back off of Liverpool. We decided to do Liverpool versus Everton.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, there was no way you could ever get me to be the manager of Liverpool. So, Dad,
I took Liverpool.
you were given that honour.
Yes.
And I have taken over, of course, Everton, who back then had a very good side indeed. And we're looking at some of the players on the page here. Neville Southall, Peter Reid, who we love because of his
Legend.
time at Plymouth Argyle,
Yeah.
saved the club in many different ways.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
They've even got the beautiful kits. I mean, I love those kits. But the Liverpool side is very different. Now, we have actually brought in some players already to begin with. So I think we'll just go straight into the actual transfers itself. Because I have spent £42 million and I have brought in two players from Flamengo. One being Alder, centre-back, 20 years of age. This is obviously showing you how the age of this is going to be crazy. And Bebeto from Flamengo, 22 years of age. Very good striker indeed.
Yeah.
Finally, though, Steve Hodge has joined from Aston Villa. Do you remember Steve Hodge?
Yes, I do. Very good player. Very good midfield, sort of versatile player. I thought he was.
Yeah, well, he
good.
can also play on the left-hand side.
Yes.
That's the reason why I signed. He's left-footed, centre midfielder.
He's both-footed,
left
really.
mid, yeah. Very good player. 17-ish million pound. Not too bad at all. Now, I'm going to rock this 4-1-4-1 because it is very much old school 80s football. And although they would have had two players up front, we do have Graham Sharp. He was a cracking striker, by the way.
I thought he was very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I played a striker myself, and I like Gary Lineker, who played for Everton, Sharpie as well. Players like that I used to watch really, really much to see. Trying to learn something off him, really.
He looks great, and he is kind of like a backup striker, but I've got so many good players, I couldn't go with two up front. We got Paul Bracewell in there, who's a good midfielder. Hodge, who I've just signed. Peter Reid. Sheedy, who plays on the left-hand side or centre mid.
What a winger.
Yeah, he looks absolutely exceptional.
That's when wingers were wingers.
Yeah.
Like they are now, yeah.
Taking them on the outside instead of the in. Then we've got Trevor Stephen, who, again, really good attacking winger. You can also tackle, defensive winger. He'd be unbelievable on this.
Yeah.
He's only 22 years of age and he's English as well. We've got Gary Stevens, who, of course, Gary Neville says is the best right back he ever seen growing up. He is Gary Neville before Gary Neville.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at your starting 11 there, and Everton fans must be sort of looking at that and going, you can see why we've done so well. Because some of the players are, I mean, Southall in goal. You couldn't get better at the time than what he was.
Oh, he's great. Look how fantastic he is.
He was so good.
Really pleased with this team, to be honest. Let's have a look at Dad's before we take a look at the schedule, though, because you've also had roughly about £40 million to spend, and you spent £45 million of it.
Yeah.
Some of the players here, some of the names in Season 1 is mental. We'll start off with the least familiar.
Yeah,
Jorginho.
From Flamengo as well.
Yeah,
so
they
just lost all their best players, didn't
they? What a right back, though.
What a right back, yeah. I wanted to sort of improve my defence, so I got a really good right back, and then I went out and got a world-class left back.
In Stuart Pearce.
I mean, 24, this is when he was in his prime. Just look at the aggression. If you want someone who's going to win anything for you, this is the guy for you to do it. So
he looks class.
I was pleased when I got him in, I must admit.
Then we go to, what a bargain, by the way, £3.8 million for Georgi Hagi.
Yes. Only 21 at the time as well, so best time to get him when they're that sort of cheap really and just let him sort of like flower.
Yeah, flourish into a cracking player.
Yes.
Then we got Laurent Blanc, £3.6 million for a 20-year-old Laurent Blanc.
Yeah, what a bargain. 2 seasons time, he's going to be the main guy.
Yeah, I mean, not very quick, but
I've got a really good defence. Two centre defenders, but Mark Lawrence and
Alan Hansen.
But they are 29 and 30, I think it was, or
Yeah.
31 or something like that. So this guy's just going to be right behind him, waiting to take over from him.
Yeah. And then finally, it's Romario.
Yes.
£11 million for Romario.
What a striker, right? I'm an Ian Rush up front.
Yeah. Yeah, we forget the sides that the side that you've
Oh,
already inherited.
Rushy's already there, so I couldn't make my mind up, so I just thought I'd just let him sort of fight it out.
Ian Rush does go in
Yes.
and takes Romario out of the team in some ways.
I just didn't want to play two up front just yet, so I just thought I'd just play this because the team I had with Johnson and Walsh, in the team as well to get the ball up the flanks and all that.
Yeah.
So this is the team that I've gone with to start this season. I mean, but
Walsh is good.
I might have to go two up front.
Craig Johnson. Then we got Glenn Whelan, Ronnie Whelan, which is Glenn Whelan's dad, is it? I can't remember if they were now.
Not sure about that.
Glenn Whelan's my era. Ronnie
Jan
Whelan's
Mobley.
yours. Jan Mobley, though.
Any Liverpool fan back in the day, Jan Mobley was one of the best ball players of all time. He couldn't run.
Oh, no. Pace 3.
Yeah, but
he is 23 years of age, and he has his pace of 3.
Try and get the ball off him. They just couldn't do it. I mean, you look at his pass in there, it is 20. And he was that every week.
Yeah.
Every week. He's
Vision
such a good
20 as well.
Yeah, such a good ball player.
We mentioned them already. Alan Hansen as the left-sided centre-back. Again, not very fast. He's 31 years of age on this, but he's got 19 natural fitness, so he might already be good for the rest of this. Mark Lawrence, though, only 14 natural fitness, and he's 29, so probably won't last as long. Also not as good, in my opinion, as attribute-wise as Alan Hansen there. So you started off very well. And then
Bruce Grobbelaar.
Brucey in goal.
Well, I'm going to say nothing about Bruce Grobbelaar. Everybody knows Bruce Grobbelaar. He's a character, isn't he?
Yeah. From Zimbabwe, which
Yes.
always confused me, but
Another manager for Plymouth Argo.
he was.
Yeah, he come down here.
Yeah. So the eccentric.
That's the only side of him I don't like.
Yeah. 20 eccentricity.
It's all right when he's taking a penalty against him. I love it when he's got all that.
Oh, yeah. But other than that, he's a cracking goalkeeper.
Yeah, he is,
20 flair.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, that's the teams that we've got and set up at the start of season number 1. The battle for the Division 1, because it's not even called the Premier League at this point.
No.
Schedule-wise, Dad, you have dropped points against Manchester United, and I've picked up the first point because we played each other at Wembley, the old Wembley, in the Charity Shield.
And I normally say I love late goals, but I don't this time.
Well, yeah. You got 2 of them, 87 and 94th, but Graham Sharp equalised in the 10th minute.
I nearly pepped
So the 100th minute. 90 plus 10 to take it to penalties eventually, which I did win. Now, you beat Wimbledon 7-0. Great, easy. 8-1 against Chelsea. They were down to 10 men. But then drawing to Manchester United, which in this world,
I say they got a good side.
Still is Ron Atkinson. This is before Fergie.
I remember with Big Ron, he used to wear the big coat with the big flare here, cigar.
So this is hilarious because I don't think we've ever done a save where it's been before a Fergie Man United.
No, I mean, we have, no.
No. So Brian Robson's there, who is world class.
Yes.
Unbelievable player. He's still really good there. But they don't have an amazing team, unfortunately. Stapleton's
Strachan's there.
Strachan's obviously there. Paul McGrath, but
what a player that goal was.
Yeah.
Never trained.
No, that's it. But it was before, obviously, the likes of even Schmeichel. Gary Bailey's the manager there. I think they even had a goalkeeper in between. But there we go. So a pre-Fergie Manchester United, because he joins at the end of this season, or actually, he might join this season, I think, when they, it's 1986, when they were doing so bad under Ron Atkinson. They were in 17th, wherever it was. How have I started the season with Everton? Well, a nice little 6-3 against Watford. I did draw against Arsenal. We'll look at them in a sec. And a win against Coventry away from home. A lot less convincing from where you've been, Dan, but Bebeto did score 4 in his league or first division debut, should I say. Arsenal then. George Graham is the manager. David O'Leary is their key player.
Tony Adams is there.
Tony Adams is there.
We all know how good their defence was.
But only 19 years of age, Tony Adams, so you can stay there for a long old time.
Michael Thomas, another good player.
Yeah.
Oh, David O'Leary. You just go through this team and you just look at it. I mean, back in the day, oh my God.
So Charlie Nicholas is. They just signed him,
Charlie.
or is he already there? He was already there. So Charlie Nicholas is there. Champagne Charlie Nicholas is what they used to call him.
Kenny Sampson, another good left back.
Oh yeah, Kenny Sampson's good on this as well.
Yeah,
he
what
looks
a good
very
left back
good.
He was.
Viv Anderson is also there and looks really good. So there's a few teams in this which might cause us some trouble. Niall Quinn off the bench, only 19. We got Paul Merson.
Oh, there he is. Look.
18 years
and
of
another
age.
player that they reckon was another Pele, didn't they?
Yeah.
David Rocastle.
I don't know him, but...
Oh, such a good player. He died very early on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not sure whether he finished his football career, but he did die. But they did rate him as so good. That they classed him like Pele.
Oh, wow.
And he was good.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
remember him scoring the winning goal against Liverpool to win the league.
Yeah. That was in 1989 or
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Broke through and they won 2-1 at Anfield to win the league.
Oh, no, that was like 91. It was the
it?
season before the Premier League started.
Yeah.
And then, Leeds won it after that, didn't they? And then it was Premier
Such
League.
a good player. Such a shame as well, yeah. Great respect for him.
That's the teams, obviously, that's going to be causing us trouble. Now, in the season preview, it is us at the top. It is actually Everton who is predicted to finish it, but obviously that's down to the signings we've also made.
Can we just sort of interested? I can see David Pleat there as Tottenham manager. Have a look at the Tottenham team at this.
Well, they've got Glenn Hoddle as their key player.
Yeah, legend.
So David Pleat is the manager. Glenn Hoddle. Gary Mabbutt is the captain.
I went to the cup final that he scored an own goal.
Yeah, against Coventry.
And I got great respect for him because he's the same as, I'm the same as him actually. He's a diabetic.
Yeah.
But he played professional football as a diabetic.
Yeah.
So very, very good how he done that.
Glenn Hoddle. What a player.
What a player. My favourite player by far.
What, for Spurs?
Yeah, definitely. Richard Gough.
Gary Stevens.
Yeah. Who they got up front? I can't remember those players up
front.
So
I think they've just signed him.
Yeah,
they've just signed him on a free transfer there, and I don't even know who that is either. I think they've just signed him.
So who's on the bench then? Who have they got on the bench?
So striker-wise, got Phil Gray. No.
Nope, don't remember him, no.
No. Sean Close.
Ruddock's there. I remember Ruddock being at Spurs.
Yeah. Striker-wise, Clive Allen.
Ray Clements in goal. Oh, Clive Allen.
There we go.
There you go. There's the legend.
Yeah.
Absolute legend, that guy.
Who has actually started the season.
Scored the most goals. Chrissy Waddle's there.
Yeah.
Clive Allen scored the most goals in the League One.
Yeah.
For one season, I think it was, like 40 odd. But Chrissy Waddle, I've watched him play live about 4 times, and he's I fall over every time I watch him play. He just dribbles and he cuts in and out, and you just make any centre back just dizzy. The way he sort of cuts in, cuts out. Brilliant player.
Let's have a look then at season number 1 and see how this one plays out. Alright, season number 1. Just like in real life, Everton have won the league. And Dad, you're even behind Arsenal.
Yes, you beat me by 10 points.
It was a cracking season.
Good
it does look weird seeing Premier League or First Division with 102 points. You think, wow, but we're playing 42 games instead of the classic 38. But I lost 4 in total. Did lose to you in one of them, so you did claw it back there.
1 point.
But I did beat you in
Lost it there, though.
the return fixture. Yeah, you drew too many. Yeah. 11 games draw.
That's the problem, you can't draw that many games.
No. Goals-wise, goal difference 86 for me, so I had a great time. And that was mainly because of Bebeto.
Yeah.
41 with the highest average rating, the most player of the matches. He was flying, and I think that is thanks to both Trevor Stephen and Chris Hodge, who chipped in with a lot of assists, 20 each. Probably just feeding Bebeto up front there. I knew using this tactic I'd need a good striker. Well, there we go, Bebeto. Neville Southall also got 13 clean sheets, so that's not too bad either. But Bruce Grobbelaar was there with 9. Ian Rush, 25 goals, Dad.
Yeah, pleased with that. Only playing one up front, got 2 strikers, so they probably evened it out between the pair of them, I would imagine.
Where's Romario? He's not there. Oh, could there be trouble in paradise already?
Yeah.
Let's have a look, though, at competitions. Oh, dear.
Oh, I can see a few Liverpools in there. Get in.
FA Cup and the Football League Cup knocked out both times.
There's a few points there, then.
By Liverpool. 4th round there, knocking me out 4-1. Quarter-final knocking me out 1-0.
Yes.
And in the European Cup, knocked out by Juventus.
Let's hope I've won them then.
Now, in real life, we know we didn't play in the European Cup because of the ban that was thrown upon after the Liverpool-Juve game. I think it was Liverpool-Juve. So there was no European football around about this season going forward. But in the game, it's still there, and we are still playing what the league phase is now, I think, going forward. It's not going back to only the champions go through or the cup winners in the Cup Winners' Cup. But that's not changed on the database itself. Now, Liverpool, did you win any of those cups? No. Both times. Tottenham Hotspur knocking you out.
both semi-finals. Oh.
Hilarious. You were also eliminated by Juve.
I did talk about how good their side was, didn't I?
Yeah. Juve, by the way, have a great team on this. They've got Michael Laudrup,
Michel Platini.
And
as
Platini is there, 31 years of age.
Wow.
Unbelievable. They actually have got a job available right now. I might apply. But yeah, they didn't go on to win it, though. Manchester United won it. What? With Brian Clough.
Oh, lovely. That is class.
That is mental.
Young man, I will take this team a long way, young man.
What a difference in
brilliant.
what that season. I mean, Ron Atkinson was actually sacked there in December. I think in real life it was November where he was sacked. And instead of Sir Alex Ferguson, or just Alex Ferguson, it was Brian Clough who took over.
I better watch out then, because he's going to want Stuart Pearce.
Alex Ferguson still at Aberdeen, none the wiser of what could have been. Although he is wanted
But
by
you
Juve.
did say that, didn't you?
Crazy.
Oh, this is great, isn't it?
I love this. Okay, so the FA Cup was won by Tottenham. They beat Man United in the final. The Football League Cup was won by Arsenal, who beat Tottenham.
Well, that was a bad final.
Yeah, it's a good season for Arsenal there. They won a League Cup and finished in second place, splitting the two of us. So not too bad at all. But Dad, Liverpool, 37 goals for Ian Rush.
Yep.
22 and 18 starts for Romario. It's not bad, though.
No, between the two of the strikers, they got that quite a few goals, so I'm quite happy with that, really.
Hadji, 19 and 14. Very good.
Pleased with that, definitely, yeah.
Craig Johnson with 18 and 18.
That's the biggest surprise for me, because I tried to get rid of Craig Johnson, I believe. Yeah.
Don't look that good on this.
No, he
either.
don't, does he? So, I mean, I always remember him. He was always in the side when he played for Liverpool, and he always played well, but he wasn't a star in the team. You know, it's like someone got injured and Johnson would take their place.
Yeah, but yeah, some really good players in there.
I mean, Jan Mobley getting 11 goals as well.
Yeah, 17 assists, which we know you can do.
You can do that, yeah.
New players you brought in, though. Jorginho, 11 and 13. Great from the right back.
100%.
Laurent Blanc getting 10 and 4.
And he played a lot of games, so
not too bad at all.
Yeah, pleased with that.
Stuart Pearce, 14 assists.
Yes. Pearce
Very good there.
Going at the wing, I'm pleased with that, yeah.
As well as
obviously 2 goals as well.
Hadji and Romario at the top there. Transfer budget for next season, though, Dad, is £82 million.
Back in that day, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. This is still finances from current day, I feel like. I've got 76 million, so that tells you that.
That's even, so that makes it fair.
Yeah. Squad-wise for me, though, 60 from Bebeto.
You can't touch that, can you?
And he's only 23. Look how good he is as well. Unbelievable. Adrian Heath, 17 and 15. Kevin Sheedy, 14 and 15. That's not too bad at all. New signings, though. Where is the rest of my new signings? So Alder is down there. He got 5 assists with 1 goal. I think that was basically it, wasn't it? Who else did I sign? I can't even remember. Oh, it was Steve Hodge. 29 assists.
There you go.
From Steve Hodge.
That goes to show what a good of a player he actually was.
Yeah.
The unsung hero.
Very good. Graham Sharp, I'm a bit disappointed with. He didn't do that well there.
Well,
only 10 goals. Only started 11.
When you had the other striker scoring 40 goals.
Yeah. Trevor Steven got 25 assists as well. Some good numbers in there.
Peter Reid played 45 games, well done, really.
With £76 million in the bank. Let's have a look, though, at the points. Season 1 points are Omega Luke with 6 and Omega Dad with 5. All right, very tight at the start of the season. Dad, you sold John Walk, £10 million to Real Madrid, but the players in £58 million. 3.
I think my best signings were the
free transfers.
Free transfer, yeah.
Yeah. Carlos Valderrama, known, of course, for that amazing head of hair. Very similar to my head of hair under this hat.
I mean, I'll have an attacking midfielder, so that's what I've got him in for. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Surprise, surprise. So I needed this guy to come in and help me out doing that. So, yep.
All right. Then we've got Edinho from Udinese on a free transfer. Brazilian centre-back.
Strengthening up centre-back, as you know.
Really good,
I mean, he's 32, but he's that good. I just got him in.
Yeah.
Just as a squad player more than anything, really, for that position.
And then the creme de la creme of your free transfers, Rudy Voller.
I mean, then you look at the strikers I've got now. I've got 3 world-class strikers, so on a freebie, I can't let that go. You just can't. You can't. It's suicide if you let it go when you're ready. So
he is incredible.
I got him in. Yeah, definitely free transfer, world class already.
You wait till you see my free transfers. Then bringing in players, starting off with Philippe Vercruis.
He's another good player. And I got him hell of a cheap, but he's just. If I get any injuries, this guy's going to be sat there waiting on the bench
from Bordeaux. So he looks really good. David Seaman, though, before Arsenal.
Yeah, before Arsenal. So I haven't signed an Arsenal player.
No,
because he's not an Arsenal player yet. I'm a bit like that with Brucey. I do like him, but he makes silly mistakes, things like that. I've got to get someone who's steady. Dave's the man if you want a steady Eddie.
Yeah, 23 years of age, model citizen personality, as you can see, which very much goes with the career he had. had. What a goalkeeper.
Yeah, definitely. So getting him in this early, brilliant.
Obviously from QPR as well. So, and then Matthias Sammer, future Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah,
Matthias Sammer.
I needed a really good defensive midfielder. And at 19, what a time to get him.
Yeah, he
This-
had already
this guy
made a
can
move to Inter Milan as well,
Yeah.
because he was at Dresden to begin with. They got him for 1.7 million.
They done, and they didn't play him.
Yeah.
So they done well. I've done well. I feel that 34 million is a good player for that age.
Yeah. They made £33 million off of you without even giving him a game of football.
So
Incredible.
I'm definitely pleased with this. That makes my sort of defensive midfield rock solid with him in there, I think.
Well, let's look at the defensive midfield, because you blocked him in to
Yes.
that left side of defensive midfield, which I keep calling Glenn. Ronnie Whelan.
Yeah, it was right. I couldn't make my
was
mind
in
up which
there.
one, which position to take. But I just felt, well, Jan Njobley sort of like created more goals for me last season. And that's what I think. I don't want to lose that, because looking at those four up in front of him now, just him sliding that ball through that gap for them four. Wow, what an attacking team I've got now.
Yeah, and
So-
it's still got Ian Rush on the bench, but he started the first 4 games
Yeah.
and scored 5 goals.
That's the thing, isn't it? Is who do you want up there? Out of the three strikers I've got, any one of the 3 can go up there.
Yeah.
And that goes to prove it. Rush has got 5 goals already.
The full defence has been completely decimated from Liverpool.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Which Liverpool fans from the 80s might be like, what?
And they will
But-
do, but what they've got to realise as well, they were old. They were getting on. Amson and what's he called? I can't
There's a
remember.
reason why Liverpool never won anything title-wise in the 90s off the back of that.
Yeah.
So,
I bet they would prefer that defence now.
yeah. Right. I mentioned about my free transfers. Look at this. Marco van Basten has joined the club before he's moved to AC Milan. So this is pre-Ballon d'Or
What a striker that
Marco
is.
van Basten.
Yeah.
But he isn't the only one either, because I also got,
Yeah.
on a free transfer,
You got his
Ruud
Dutch
Gullit.
mate. Yeah.
I just need Rijkaard now, and then I've got the full AC Milan,
Yeah.
the 3 Flying Dutchmen.
I mean, I thought I'd done well out of the free transfers, but wow, the guys that you've got there out of this world. It's your next free one. You didn't get him on a free. You paid a little bit from the
Yeah. Winterburn at left back.
good left back, really good left back.
And then John
this is the
Barnes.
one I was disappointed with, because I nearly signed him last season to take over from Johnson's position, and I thought get Barnesy in, because that's who he did sign for Liverpool, wasn't it? I thought get him in, and I thought I'll get him next season. And when I went from you'd already got him, I thought, no, I missed out on Barnesy. But so sorry, Barnesy.
John Barnes,
That's what you get.
Liverpool icon.
Yeah.
In an Everton shirt.
Ooh.
Get in. Evertonians, what do you think of this? I love it. Then I've got Stefan Reuter, £24 million, but I needed a good right back who had good crossing ability, and he is fast. So I decided to bring him in from Nuremberg. It's a player I've never heard of. I don't know whether he went on to have a good career, bad career. And then Georgios Grun from Anderlecht. Again, in that same regard, a player I did not know. And I'll try and mention if I've heard of them. I will try to sign players I have heard of. But again, it's a player I've never heard of. But look how bloody good he is.
Oh, he's good. Yeah, I mean,
So-
defensive midfielder, he was good at what you're going to get, really.
Yeah,
And
that's
he's
the
world
position
class.
I was struggling
Yeah.
with. Defensive midfield. Tactically, we have switched things up. We have gone 2 up front. This is what it looks like. Winterburn locking him in that left back position. Of course, last season we rocked this and won the league quite comfortably, but it didn't do very well in the cups. And although Bebeto did get 40 goals, maybe we were lacking in team goals in those cups. So I've decided to put two up front now and give him Van Basten as a strike partner. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? Here you go. Here is your new strike partner, Marco Van Basten. Also, by the way, we've just signed John Barnes to play on the left,
Yeah.
so he can cross the ball into you. Oh, and by the way, Ruud Gullit's also joined, and he wants to play centre mid in behind you, Bebeto. So what a team we've got on our hands here.
Yeah, definitely.
Really good.
Yeah.
Start of the season, we have started really well, and there's the goals. There's the goals. Palace 7-0, 5-0 against Sheffield United, 6-0 against Man City, 4-1. Can't believe I only beat them by 3 goals. What is going on there?
And you won the Charity Shield again. You beat Spurs.
Yeah, so it's
There's
been
2
a
seasons you won the Charity
great
Shield.
start to the season. Liverpool, though, schedule also been very good.
And scoring goals as well. So
Yeah,
conceded more than you, because you only conceded the 1. But I'll take that.
been a good start.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens then. Season number 2. Well, season 2 is another title for Everton, and this one was close. 3 points.
You nearly chucked it away.
15. 115.
Oh.
I lost 3. I did lose to you again, at home as well. However, I beat you at home. So again, we're just trading points. But what I thought was quite interesting was the amount of goals being scored. Obviously, we're playing a 42-game season instead of 38, so we're playing 4 more goals.
That is
4 more
disgusting.
games.
I can't believe I've scored more
But
goals than
scored
you.
192 and conceded less.
Yeah,
So
and I
your
still
goal
lost the
difference
league.
was way better. Unbelievable. Let's have a look.
15
Past
goals.
positions. What was it like throughout the season? Oh, we traded places.
Couldn't catch you. When you took the top, I couldn't catch you then.
In the season, Bebeto got 45, which is more than the actual games were played by Everton, which is mental. Rudy Voller and Romario,
Yes.
33 and 32.
Where's Rushy?
Ian Rushu, they said. Marco van Basten, 27 goals, still really good. Hadji was the highest average rating with an
Wow,
8 average rating. That's
what a
mental.
signing that was.
For less than 4 million,
Yeah,
whatever it
something
was.
like that, yeah.
Rudy Voller, free transfer, 7.95. Bebeto, 7.85. Oh, unbelievable. Van Basten had the most man of the matches. Neville Southall, though, most clean sheets.
Yeah, Gary
Then
right behind him, though. David Seaman right behind him, though.
Yeah, then Georgi Hadji, 23 assists. So did Andreas Moller, who, by the way, is the player that you signed this season for £19 million.
Yeah.
Then we've got Kevin Sheedy with 20 as well. So, not too bad. Great season for me. Interesting season for you. Do you make it up, though, in terms of cups? We're on competitions for Everton, and I ain't winning anything.
Oh, I could be back in this again then.
Struggling
I could be back in
the
this again.
cups.
Disappointed my name wasn't there to actually beat you in the cups, though.
And you won both of them.
Oh, get it.
Both cups, FA and the Football League. You beat Watford 3-2, and they just lost John Barnes, obviously. They got Luther Blissett, which was the stand in Soccer AM, wasn't it, when it was named after Luther
Yeah.
Blissett? And then you also won the Football League Cup, beating Sheffield Wednesday 2-1.
Pleased with that.
Quarter-final in the European Cup, which was won by Juventus against Inter Milan. Obviously...
Was that Sir Alec?
Oh, yeah. Was Sir Alex there? No.
No,
Johan Cruyff. So where is Alex Ferguson? Roma.
Roma.
That's crazy, isn't it? That is crazy. What about... Awesome. So this is early in his career, obviously. He's only 38 here. Still looks great. He's at Show. Now, the Manchester United manager... he's been sacked. Nigel Clough. Was he sacked? He was. Brian Clough.
Brian Clough, yeah.
After winning the Champions League,
That's unbelievable,
European
isn't it?
Cup back in the day, he was sacked. Arsenal still got George Graham. They have indeed. And Tottenham, David Pleat is still
Stayed
there.
yeah.
Still there. Dad, let's have a look at your squad at the start of at this end of the season. 49 goals from Romario with 13. You played him. That's what happens.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Look
Really
how
pleased
good he
with
is.
that. Yep.
Took a season to bed in, but 44
I mean,
goals as well.
To be honest with you, look down through that 38 goals from Muller as
4
well.
players scoring
Yeah.
30 goals or more.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
I'd say your best
wow.
player has been Andreas Moller.
Yeah.
38 and 38 in 42 games. That's mental. 20 and 28 from Georgi Hadji. Pisses all over that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mateus Sama got 16 assists from that DLP role. That's not too bad at all.
He's looking really
great.
good now, isn't he?
Being
Yeah,
locked in
getting
there was a
better.
good decision for
Yes.
sure. And Dave Seaman's got a lot better as well.
Yeah.
Playing as the number 1 goalie. Transfer budget for you next season, £69 million, but you've got a bit of an overstepping on the wage, so probably around about 60, I'd say. Let's have a look at Everton, though. How have we done? 50 goals from Bebeto in 51 games with 14 assists. Van Basten got 35 and 14. Very good from him. Graham Sharp, 25 goals from Graham Sharp.
Yeah, very good.
So he's definitely benefited from the fact that he
Yeah.
had to play 2 strikers.
110 goals and 3 strikers.
Yeah. Rude Hullet, 17 and 20. Right back, Reuter, 16 goals and 10 assists. Unbelievable. Steve
Yeah.
Hodge has done well as well. Kevin Sheedy got 32 assists. This has been great.
John Barnes,
John
12
Barnes,
goals
12
with 14
14.
assists. Yeah.
Not too bad at all. I've got £59 million with a good wage budget, so that should be fine for me this season. Let's have a look at the points. Season 2 points are Omega Luke with 5 and Omega Dad with 7, meaning the total points are Luke with 11 and Dad with 12. Right, season number 3. What a mental transfer window this is.
Wow. Here we go.
You're looking for some big names in the 80s? They don't get much bigger than these. Lothar Matthäus.
What a player.
I nearly signed him last year. In fact, we both nearly signed him last year.
I just couldn't get anywhere near his fee.
You can get near the fee. I couldn't persuade him to make a decision before the Euros.
That's right, yeah.
He would not join me before the Euros. So unfortunately, I couldn't get a deal done, and I thought, I'll just bide my time. And then you were going to go for him. I was like, oh, no. You went in a different direction, fortunately for me, but I've managed to get him this year. What a player he is. The German has signed for me £51 million, which was cheaper than what he was last season as well.
Yeah.
He had a release clause this season. And then Carlos Moser, again from Flamengo, their team in the 80s.
They're a very rich team now.
Oh, yeah, they're very fortunate. But what a player he is.
Yes.
So, I mean, I've got both Flamengo centre-backs now, Aldair and Carlos Moser in my side. Didn't sell anybody of significance other than Peter Reid. Actually, my left-back as well. So Peter Reid has left to go to AC Milan. He deserves first-team football.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to give it to him this season. My left-back, as I mentioned, has also left. But I brought in Angel Camizzo as a backup goalkeeper who is also world-class, but isn't, don't worry, getting in front of Neville Southall. Now, I've changed things around. We're going for a 4-4-2. We switched things back off the back of last season's change to the two strikers, and now brought Lothar Matthäus into that centre midfield on defence. So my starting 11 has Hullet and Matthäus as centre midfielders.
Barnes, Stevens and Van Basten.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get anywhere near you with this.
Really good midfield.
Yeah.
Bebeto and Van Basten up front. Defence of Aldair and Moser at centre-back. Reuter and Winterburn. Southall in net. Lovely stuff.
I feel sorry for Southall because he's not going to understand anything that anybody says in front of him, is he?
No. Let's have a look at your signings, Dad. Starting off with Paul Gascoigne.
Yeah, he was cheap. So I thought I'm going to get him because I mean he's that good already at that age of 21. He's only going to get better. So if I get any injuries, he's going to be ideal to come in behind them. So yeah.
When did he leave Newcastle? Do you know?
I honestly can't remember now.
No, I don't.
No.
Who did he go to next then would be my question. Was it Spurs?
I want to say Spurs. He came to Spurs, but that's when he got his injury. That's playing in, I'm sure he done it playing in the cup final at Wembley. He was always a live wire the first 20 minutes.
No,
I remember that. And he went
him.
into a challenge and he shouldn't have done it really. And
Yeah,
you
I
could
remember
see
that-
he got
that
himself
one.
injured.
Yeah.
And then so I think it was Spurs, and that's when he got his injury, and then we sold him after that.
Also, joining him.
There's the signing. There's the big
Diego
guy. That's what I
Maradona.
spent my money on. Let's get this guy in. Let's see what I can do with this guy. I got 3 world-class strikers. Now I've got 3 world-class attacking midfielders with Paul Gascoigne sat right behind them, waiting to get in the team.
Yep, some say you have literally signed God. Diego Maradona has joined from Napoli, £85 million off the back of 2 very good seasons here in Naples. Of course,
He's only played 3 games,
Yeah.
but he scored 1 goal with
4 assists with a nearly 8.6 average rating. He is in his prime years
Yes.
of 27. And I know what you're all thinking. Diego Maradona, he did like his drugs. Liverpool is probably not the best place for him to go in the 80s.
You should be saying that.
if he has a drug problem. But anyway, this is Football Manager. That probably doesn't count. He will be a professional. Nonetheless, his personality here is a leader. I'm shocked by that. But there we go.
Captain of Napoli there, look.
Yeah.
Who's captain of Argentina?
Yeah. Oh, he is definitely a leader. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Whether you follow the leader in all his actions is...
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, we won't go there.
Yeah. So Diego Maradona, God, has joined. You've sold a couple of players, including Bruce Grobbelaar.
Yes.
Also to AC Milan, they signed both of our players here. I'll have a quick look, by the way, at the Serie A to see how it's been going on. Now, Milan actually have just won the league, so for the first time, Sampdoria was the season before, and they were
Runners
runners
up this season, yeah.
this season. But the Milan side, of course, Franco Baresi is there in his prime. They've also got Ray Wilkins, which
Yes.
unbelievable player he
Yeah.
was. I loved listening to Ray Wilkins as well.
Yeah.
Very good. They've also got a young Paolo Maldini. Paolo Maldini at 20 years of age. So if you wanted to start a career and get yourself Paolo Maldini, you can play throughout his whole career. Look how good he is. They've also got Mark Hateley, who
Yeah.
I don't really know, but I've heard you speak about before.
Very good. Very good striker. Done well in Italy as well, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
But then
I
he
always
should be,
remember
how tall
him.
was he? 6'3". Yeah, he was always good in the
He's
air.
very good for England.
Yeah.
With Gary Lineker. Gary
Yeah.
Lineker always mentions him quite a lot.
Yeah.
Who I think on this, by the way, is still at Barcelona? Yeah, he is. After Cruyff obviously went in real life, he left and went back to
You just talked
England,
about Ray Wilkins there. My uncle was a big Man United supporter, and he had arranged to go and watch the cup final, and I think it was against Brighton with my dad. And something happened to my dad. My dad couldn't go, so my uncle took me.
Oh, right.
And I've seen one of the best goals I've seen from the angle that I was. Ray Wilkins took the ball in midfield and curled it into the top corner.
Oh, I remember that goal. Yeah.
And it was, I'm sure it was Brighton, and Brighton should have won. They had a chance in the last seconds, and they muffed it. And I think the game finished 1 each, and United won the replay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can always remember that game with Ray Wilkins.
Legend player, legend of a bloke as well. Loads of people talk about how great Ray Wilkins is.
He was,
you can honour him by playing him on here, and he is fantastic, by the way. Look how good he is on this. Some great players, though. Costa Curta's also there. AC Milan, he went on to big things as well. Mauro Tassotti. Dunga, who of course went on to be the manager of Brazil, but also really good player as well, and only 24 years of age. Right, Dad, tactically then, how do you fit all of these legends into this lineup?
There you go. Whelan's still in there, but
yeah. Ronnie Whelan's still in there.
He's
Next
the only
to
one.
Sama, Hagi Maradona, Vola and Romario.
Looks good, though.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it's a case of I got all those good players, and you just sort of chuck them all in there and just say, right, work it out yourselves and go for it.
Yeah.
Because there's a few players that's not there. I mean, Rush, he's still scoring goals, and he's not on that list that in front of me there. But I'll bet you any money he'll still score 20 goals.
Oh, probably, yeah. Schedule at the start of the season then. You have lost to me. Charity Shield, get in. You did also play in... Club World Cup.
Yeah.
You lost to Manchester United and the AT&T Stadium, which definitely was not around in 1988, wherever we are right now. But yeah, you lost in that final. Jurgen Klinsmann scored, who plays for Manchester United. Ooh. How interesting is that, Jurgen Klinsmann?
I've looked at him a couple of times to sign him, but the strike force that I've got, I just felt it'd be a waste of money, really. So yeah,
he beat Chelsea 9-1 in the league. Rudy Voller got himself 4 goals there. Romario, Laurent Blanc also got one 4-2 against Wimbledon. Dennis Wise scored in that one. Southampton 5-3. But yeah, you couldn't beat me, which means I get another point, and it levels things up because you, of course, were 1 point ahead of me at the start of the season here. Van Basten, 89th minute. All right. How have I started other than that 1 point there that I've gained? Well, it's been 4 wins from 4 from me as well, beating Tottenham, Norwich, and Sheffield Wednesday. Carlos Moses even got a couple of goals in 2 games, so he must be up from corners. But Beto still scoring as well. Trevor, just all over the pitch, to be honest.
Yeah.
Julian Dix, what a player. What a scary man he turned out to be, didn't he?
I don't think he missed a penalty for West Ham.
No.
I think that was the record of the year. Never missed a penalty for West Ham.
Yeah, well, 15 penalty taken here.
Yeah.
But there we go. All right, season number 3 then. We are level on points going into season 3. Who takes the advantage at the end of it? All right, season 3, Dad, you won your first league title.
Get in.
110 points to 106. I drew 2 games too many.
Oh, look at the goals I've scored again.
Yeah, 180
goals.
121 goal difference. You lost 4, though. I did beat you in the league as well. There's another one, and you beat me. So each season, we've just done that each time.
Yeah.
This time, we beat each other away, at our own grounds.
Games, yeah.
That is an extra 4 points that you get.
Yes.
You also get a point each, so you have taken the lead again. But Beto is still the top scorer, although he has dropped off just to 29, alongside Dieter Eckstein, who I've never heard of in my life.
Not to be honest with you.
So he was a German player that Nottingham Forest have signed there. Ian Rush again, could get 27.
Couldn't get me started line up, and he still
Kerry
comes
Dixon scored quite a lot of goals.
Another good
there.
striker.
Average rating dominated by Liverpool players.
Look at that, look.
Diego Maradona is there with a 7.86 average rating. Andreas Muller is still above him, though.
Yeah?
He is unbelievable. He's doing so well. Assist-wise, Kevin Sheedy got 25. What happened to John Barnes? That's what I want to know. So Kevin Sheedy getting 25 assists. Diego, though, 20 assists. Peter Barnes also got 20 assists as well for Nottingham Forest.
Hagi's there as well.
And Hagi.
So you can understand why I scored so many goals with all these guys just sat right behind him, just supplying the ball through.
Oh, yeah. Neville Southall and David Seaman both on 11 with John Lukic in terms of clean sheets. Dave Besant was there as well with 10, so he's done quite all right, considering obviously we battered them at the start of the season. But yeah, interesting. Manchester United are now in 4th. Their manager is Bagnoli, Osvaldo Bagnoli, who was the Verona manager, and I remember Verona being quite good in this. Is Alex Ferguson still at Roma, though? That's the question. He is still the manager of Roma. Ooh. Go on, Fergie. He's going to spend 20-odd years there now. He finished in 5th place, though. Didn't do that well. Juve have just won the league with Johan Cruyff.
Still there.
Cup competitions, then. How did I do in the cups? Because I've not been very good in them so far. Winner of the FA Cup, thank God. But you have beaten me in the Football League Cup.
Yes.
In that quarter-final. Also lost in the quarter-final of the European Cup. We didn't even get into semis.
No.
FA Cup final, though. Who did I beat? Oh, yes! Get in! An extra time win.
Not only did you win the cup, then you beat me in it as well.
Oh yes. You had two. Stop it. Like, Andreas Muller again. 2 goals in injury time in the first half. Then I equalised through Trevor Steven the 84th, Marco van Basten 107, Lothar Matthäus 116, and 120. Laurent Blanc was like, oh, screw this, and just slammed it into his own net. What a result that is.
I lost after Diego Maradona went off.
Yeah, well, yeah, take God off. That's what happens.
Yeah.
But you did beat me in the Football League Cup, so did you go on to win that one, Dad? You did indeed. 10-1 against Nottingham Forest. Billy Bingham should be sacked after that.
I think he will be sacked, isn't he?
Stuart McCaw is their key player.
Yeah, Neil Webb's there as well. Look, Nigel Clough.
Nigel Clough's there, yeah. But yeah, they just got beaten.
What a result at
10-1.
Wembley, eh? 10-1 for a cup final. Get
mental. What did you finish the European Cup? You got to the semi. Juve beat you.
Lost against Juventus.
So Juve went on to win it as well. So Johan Cruyff is running things in the late 80s here. Real Madrid beat Real Madrid in the final, who Michel is there. This is like an era where I have no idea who any of the players for both Real Madrid and Barcelona are. I mean, Barcelona actually had quite a few because they've got Mark Hughes as well. But the Real Madrid team, I was looking at it and I was going, I think I only know Butragueno. And I think that's only because he was an icon on FIFA once.
And to be honest with you, back in the 80s as well, it's not like today where you're watching a lot of football from different countries. You didn't know what was going on in Spain. If they didn't play for their internationals and they were really good, you didn't know who they played for.
No, and
really.
Spain were never that good internationally, were they?
No, they weren't, no.
They always failed quite
so,
miserably,
yeah.
to be
I mean,
fair.
I'm looking at that Rijkaard's there, so, but
yeah,
I'm looking
but he's been signed from there, from Ajax.
But I'm looking at the rest of the team, and I'm the same as you there, really. There's not a lot there that
all
I do.
These names, no idea.
It's not a lot that I've recognised, really. So
he is the Russian goalkeeper that you were going to go for before Seaman.
I missed out on that one tonight.
Because they got him for 10 million.
Yeah.
That's mental. But again, I've never heard of him.
No.
Santiago Canizares, of course, is a new gen on this. You can get the new gens on this, so eventually all of like the class of 92 will come through, and Michael Owen, and then obviously the year after that, well, a few years after that, will be the likes of Wayne Rooney, Messi, and Ronaldo. But yeah, even like I think I recognise Thomas Hassler, but he starts in Germany. Like, yeah, they've only just signed him.
Yeah, I recognise him. Yeah,
the team at Real Madrid, I don't recognise.
No.
Hugo Sanchez is down there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a legend.
Yeah, definitely.
Hugo Sanchez. But yeah, it was only Butragueno and Hugo Sanchez who I really recognise out of the players that were there. But there we go. Okay, let's have a look at the squads then. Dad, 53 goals from Ian Rush. The other day, earlier, we were like, oh, that's 4 players. 4 players above 40.
Oh my God.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
No.
4 players scoring 40 or more goals in a single season for one club. Have you ever seen anything like that before in your life?
180 goals. 180 goals from 4 players.
No wonder why the assist tally's so high.
If you put Diego Maradona into that, that's 200 goals and 5 players.
Yeah, he's had a bad season, all things considered.
I mean, then you got Addy right behind him with 23.
23 and 29. Unbelievable.
That
is mental.
What a team that is going forward, isn't it? Eh? No
How
wonder
do
they
you
won the
improve
league.
this then?
I don't really know, to be honest. Yeah.
Got to be a centre back, I think. Hansen and Blanc.
See, Hansen's still there. Whelan's still there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, maybe it might be centre backs.
Yeah, it's got to be centre back and possibly a defender midfielder. Yeah.
Just kick all the old Liverpool, all the old gits out, and just get a super team in. But there we go. You've got £64 million to spend to do so. Everton, I've got 48 goals there from Van Basten, 12 assists. Bebeto, 43 and 15 as well. So that's really good. Happy with that. Then we got Lothar Matthäus, 26 and 17. I mean, mine still looks good. 100%. Sharpie with 22 there. That's really good. 20 and 10 from Ruud Gullit. 36 assists from Kevin Sheedy. And Stefan Reuter with 22, which is the right back. We're having a great time here. I've been given £49 million, though, to spend But what does the points look like? Season 3 points are Mega Luke with 6 and Dad with 10, meaning the total points after 3 seasons are Luke with 17 and Dad with 22. Well, Dad, after being the top scorer for me last season, I've decided to sell Marco van Basten. Yeah. Big money coming from those £72 million.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
To go to Juve. Now, off the back of that, my plan was to go one striker again after not being very good in terms of the league. So I needed to get rid of one of the strikers to bring in and strengthen my midfield up. And that's exactly what I did. Because I couldn't quite find a defensive midfielder that I liked for the money that I had. So selling Marco van Basten, as well as the previous defensive midfielder that I signed a couple of seasons ago, Grun, has allowed me to bring in the one and only Frank Rijkaard.
Good signing.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Off of Real Madrid, of course, we've seen that he was there. He is world class, 26 in his prime. Plays naturally in centre-back, defensive midfield, and centre midfield. So that's absolutely perfect for me. Mentally, he is a monster. But I've also brought in Andreas Bremer, who's one of the best left-backs on the game as well. I actually remember Bremer. That's one of the names I
you should do, because he stayed around for quite a few years, didn't he?
Yeah, but also, I definitely know this name because Don Carlo Ancelotti
Yeah, we should do, shouldn't we?
is also signed as well. So another midfielder, another defensive midfielder as well, has joined the club. So I've gone back to the first formation that I had because I got a better team now, and obviously I've won the league with it. So I'm hoping we can win the league again. We've still got...
Lost a lot of goals, though. 50 goals.
Yeah, but Beto is still in the lineup.
I mean, he is still good, but...
Still got Southall, still got Gary Stephen in there.
Yeah,
This
I mean,
is a way better team now.
That's great. You've still got 2 players from the start.
Yeah, Trevor Stevens, sorry. Gary Stevens is on the bench. But yeah, there we go. So Barnes, Hullet, Mateus, some cracking players in here. And at the start of the season, we have played each other. You stuffed me 4-1. I've also lost to Spurs. Ugh. But that might be because you have spent some money as well. So let's have a look at the money that you spent. You sold Jan Molby.
Yeah, I
So
sold him.
he's gone.
I just felt that I had better players in that position. As much as Liverpool fans are going to say, yeah, Mobley, he was a legend.
Yeah.
What a player he was. But he just wasn't versatile enough. He just
Not pace at all, is it?
It's
Very slow.
It's all right if you can sort of afford to just leave him and just sat him in there. But I wanted players who's going to get around the pitch a bit more.
Yeah,
So
so you brought in Thomas Berthold, £36 million for a defender. You can play on the right-hand side or at centre-back.
just covers the both sides. So it's good signing off out.
And then Manuel Amoros, who also plays right back or left back.
So just strengthen my defence up. And I felt that's all I needed, really.
Yeah, he's very good, to be fair.
Yeah.
So tactically, stick with the 4-2-2. Very good formation for those 4 attacking players that you've got.
You can't go wrong with them 4 going forward, can you?
No, and obviously everybody is just getting slightly
Samra's
better.
taking over from Jan Mobley to allow Whelan to come in, because Whelan still gets that position.
Yeah.
We put in the best 11, which is great, but yeah, he still plays it though.
Laurent Blanc's just getting better and better, as you can see there.
Yeah.
David Seaman's coming into his prime now, 25 years of age.
I think Blanc's probably going to be my best signing because I got him so cheap right at the beginning.
Yeah, that's
So young,
That's
so-
it. He's a 5-star player for you
Yeah.
as well, alongside Diego Maradona and Romario, who
Yeah.
you can see why they are both just as good. But yeah, at the start of the season, Dad, you have also dropped points because you lost to Newcastle.
Yes, bad game that was.
Yeah, but you did beat me 4-1, so you get an extra point there to start things off in the Charity Shield. Georgi Hadji with 2, Rudy Voller with 2 as well.
I'm still happy with the start I've had.
Yeah.
Because the Premier League is always that league of sort of like teams are going to beat each other.
Yeah.
So it's who's most consistent over the whole season rather than you can afford to lose 4 or 5 games, I feel.
Right, well, good start to the season. You
Yep.
took a bit of a lead now going into season number 4. Let's see if you can keep it. Well, the Premier League is once again won by Everton. Love this formation.
We only lost 3 games. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yes, the formation didn't think it would do very well. I mean, my goal difference is a hell of a lot more than yours, but
I conceded less, but you scored way more.
Yeah.
111 points, just 2 points between us.
All to do with a game that I drew.
Yeah,
That's all it was.
you drew 4 games instead of 3. We didn't draw against each other though, but you beat me twice.
Beat you twice and I still let you win the league.
Bad times. You lost against Tottenham, Man United and Newcastle. 3
Yeah.
teams that are in the top 8. Actually, no, Newcastle's 9th. But yeah, not bad at all. It's weird, isn't it, seeing Man City getting relegated? Just strange, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
obviously back then they weren't nowhere near the powerhouse that they are now. Profile of the league, though. Alan Shearer is the top scorer.
Get in now.
So none of our players, but better with 30, nowhere near the amount that he got in this formation last time. Ian Rush with 31 was behind Alan Shearer. Andreas Moller is still... How is he still doing it with Georgi Hagi and Maradona ahead of him?
Yeah.
It's still mental to me.
Well, Ian Rush still for 31 goals. He's not even in my starting lineup.
No, it's so weird, isn't it?
But he still bangs them in.
Maradona is also there with the most assists with 21. Neville Southall, though, 20 clean sheets.
Yep.
So that's what's helped me win the league.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But people are going to want to see Alan Shearer. There he is. 19 years of age, Alan Shearer. Look how good he is.
Yeah.
Coming through the Southampton Youth Academy.
Do you know, I can remember him, the first games that he played for Southampton very, very well. And, you know, when he came through as a youngster.
Yeah.
Didn't think he'd be as good as he was.
He was quick back then, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Before he had the injuries.
Yeah, he was, yeah. He's a bit like Rooney, just hit the ground running as soon as he came into the first team.
Yeah. And
Very
Owen.
good. And Owen, yeah.
Yeah, Owen
Yeah.
was exactly the same, wasn't he? All right, so that's fantastic for me, although 2 points were clawed back straight away with Dad winning in both fixtures, plus the Charity Shield. I'm actually only a point above, so it all goes down to the cups. Let's hope I've won a couple. I haven't won any, and I am runners-up in the Football League Cup.
Come on, I'd love to be there. I'd love to be that
Inter
one.
and Forest have knocked me out. That's the good thing. But have you won anything? Oh, no!
Get in the big one as well. Get in.
7 points for the European Cup.
And I beat you in the other final as well. So
Yeah,
even
you
more
did.
points. Get in.
You get 4 points to that one. On penalties as well.
Yes.
That absolutely sucks. Who missed a penalty? Because they are getting sold. Romario scored in the 118th minute to take it to penalties. John Barnes. Of course he did.
I got to know that you signed him.
John Charles Brian Barnes. He's so good, he's got 3 first names. Can't believe it. Right, well, the Champions League, you beat Juve 5-1.
What a final that was.
Rudy Voller with a hat-trick, Romario with the other 2.
There we go.
And yet Ian Rush still has 31 league goals. Absolutely crazy. So, the Juve manager, just reminding ourselves, Johan Cruyff, of course, so he is still there. Destroyed them, and they won the Serie A. They're the best team in Italy, and you defeated them. All right, fair enough.
Hammered them.
Let's have a look at the season then. 41 goals, so both Rudy Voller and Andreas Moller, who's actually got 26 assists as well. I just don't understand it.
Ian Rush with 40 goals as well.
Ian Rush with 40. We've got Romario with 39 and 21. So that is 4 players basically on 40.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
That is crazy. And then Diego Maradona's underneath. Only got 27 and 31. Disgusting, really.
31 assists, though.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
Georgi Hagi with 19 and 17. Jorginho with 23 assists. Not too bad. Stuart Pearce with 21 assists on the other side. Your backup right back got 18 assists.
Yeah.
Financially, Dad, you got £16 million in the transfer budget because the budget is looking quite healthy as well to continue to spend in season number 5.
That's what happens when you win the Champions League.
52 goals for Bebeto in 51 games with just 1 assist. I bet he only made 1 pass.
Yeah.
Ruud Gullit with 27 and 10, 26 and 17 for Lothar Matthäus. Good season for Frank Rijkaard in his first season, 13 and 9.
Very good.
John Barnes, despite missing the penalty in the Football League Cup, got 13 and 17. Kevin Sheedy, 12 and 17, still done really well. Carlo Ancelotti's played quite a lot of games. He's done all right as well, but yeah, I can't help but thinking that was a bad season. Andreas Bremer didn't get as many assists as what I hoped he would from that left-back position.
You would think winning the league would be a good season.
Yeah. £24 million going into season number 5. But I bet the points tally says otherwise, considering I just won the league. Season 4 points are Mega Luke with 4 and Omega Dad with 14, meaning the total points going into the final season is Omega Luke with 21 and Dad with 36. Alright, going into season number 5 then, Dad has made some moves to keep hold of his lead. Just a couple of players have left, nobody significant, but the players coming in, one big significant player. We've got George Campos to begin with, Dad.
Yeah, reserve keeper.
Under £1 million as well.
Really good keeper for reserve as well,
Yeah,
I feel.
not too bad.
Yeah.
Although Liverpool love their eccentric
Yeah, they
goalkeepers,
do, don't they?
19. So other than that, he's looking
He fitted
very
in
good.
just right, didn't he?
Yeah. Hakan Suka, of course, eventually went to the Premier League with
Yeah.
Arsenal. He is here at a very young age of 19 from
That's
Galatasaray.
I just couldn't turn that down just in case I get any injuries. I mean, he's not going to get in my side really well, Rushy and all that. So, but he's there.
Yeah,
just in case
an
I need
option.
him. Yeah.
Danny Blind, of course,
Yes.
Daley Blind's dad.
Yeah.
Was a cracking player. Played in the exact same 3 positions as what his son eventually played as well.
That's the main reason why I brought him in, really. I mean, Stuart Pearce is going
What,
to be...
because he's Daley Blind's
yeah,
dad.
yeah. But Stuart Pearce is going to be my main left back, but just in case I get any injuries, this guy can cover like 4 positions there, really. Which is good, really.
Only 5'9" though as a centre back.
Yeah.
But he's still good. But the main man,
Yes.
Didier Deschamps.
Oh, and it took me so long to decide on this one because I don't like this guy. I've never have done. Right?
Really?
Yeah, I think it's because of what he done for the French team and all that, and I just never really got, never liked him. Certain players you do, certain players you don't,
Yeah.
and I never liked him. But I had to sign him because of a defensive midfield. Got to give the guy the credit. He's good.
Yeah,
he is really good.
Yeah.
And he was good as well, but in real life. But looking at that, he's really good. So, and that's what I needed.
Play for Nantes, which
Yes.
is a team you have a bit of an affinity
Do you know
to.
what? That was the main reason why I bought him in the end. I thought,
Yeah.
well, he's plays with Nantes. That's not too bad. I do like Nantes. It's my favourite French team. So, yeah.
What, in Rennes?
No.
Dirty rats.
They're second.
Oh, yeah.
I love them. I love Rennes, especially when they beat you.
Yeah, brilliant. So, not a bad lineup there. Well, 1 player to add to your lineup,
Yeah,
and
and
you're locking him in.
I'm going to lock him in because I really do need him in that position. I just felt that was the one position where I was a little bit weak, and I feel that just locking him in there.
Poor Ronnie Whelan.
Poor Ronnie Whelan, yeah, because he just got... It didn't matter who I put in that position or ball, he just overtook him every time.
Yeah.
So this time I'm going to lock the Deschamps in to make sure Ronnie Whelan don't play him. So I'm sorry, Ronnie. Sorry, you Liverpool fans, because he was
There's
probably...
no more Liverpool players,
no Liverpool players
in the
there.
starting 11.
Unless Rushy gets into the side, but in the starting 11 he's not there, yeah. So I've got points to worry about.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I went big. I sold Steve Hodge for £20 million, one of my first signings, and I brought in 2 90s classic Premier League strikers. The first we've just seen him, it's Alan Shearer. £36 million release clause. I went for it.
Love this guy.
Yeah.
Absolute legend.
I'm hoping he can do the business for me this season, which does suggest I might have changed the formation as well. Gianfranco Zola was the second player, £22 million. He was
Very
at
good.
Toulouse. Obviously, Chelsea had a great time with Chelsea. Great with both feet. Fantastic player. I always think with Zola, a lot of people underestimate how good he was until you hear other players talking about how good he is.
Yeah, definitely. Especially the Chelsea players.
Yeah.
They all thought he was absolutely brilliant. And the season that he finished at Chelsea, I know he was getting on then, but it's probably one of his best seasons.
Yeah. He is one of those players who sort of peaked in his later years, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he did, yeah. You say there's certain teams that you like watching on the telly, even though you don't support them. And Chelsea was one of the teams I used to enjoy watching, mainly because of the players they had playing for me.
Yeah,
Zola.
Vialli,
Yeah.
Zola.
Oh, yeah, Vinali, definitely, yeah. And Drogba.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
even like,
Yeah.
oh, I hated Drogba when I was when he was a player.
Yeah.
But as soon as he left Chelsea, I was like, God, what a player he is!
Yeah.
I hated him
But
when
you-
he was there.
You talk the centre backs to see what they thought of him.
God,
Just the hardest
imagine
games.
having to mark
Oh, you
Drogba.
just couldn't- yeah,
That would suck, wouldn't it?
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Duncan Ferguson and Drogba,
Yeah.
maybe Rooney as well. It's like 3 players you would just absolutely hate because they would just
What
terrorise you.
was that program we seen the other day with Gary Neville saying that Ferguson told everybody not to talk to Duncan
Ferguson, yeah.
'Cause
Don't
if
wind him up.
Yeah.
Don't
If he's-
talk to him.
If he's in a good mood and he's smiling, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Don't speak to him.
Don't ask him how his day is. Yeah, so Gianfranco Zola is the second player that I have
Good
brought in
signing, yeah. Well, two
alongside
good
Alan
signings.
Shearer. And tactically, I have changed it. So we're going, and we've slightly moved it. So unfortunately, Gary Stevens was the right back. I can't remember the right midfielder's name. Has
Trevor
he left
Stevens?
the club? Trevor Stevens.
Trevor
Yeah,
Stevens, no, he's
there
still
he is. He can play centre midfield, so it won't be the end of Trevor Stevens because he has made 3 appearances off the bench and scored, probably in place of Ruud Gullit. But Lothar Matthäus now moves forward into a role that he is very good at anyway.
Yeah.
Into this position here, as you can see, just a phenomenal talent all around, but really good in those further forward positions.
Another player got better the older he got.
Yeah, and now he is going to be sat in behind Shearer and Bebeto.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this works
I mean,
out.
you got to look at our 2 teams and think, wow, I mean, really.
Oh, yeah.
There's dream teams there, both teams really, and
Yeah.
to be in the Premier.
This is why I love the
in League
retro
One.
databases.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, this won't be the last time you see the retro database, because behind the scenes, there's 2 other of our friends that might be joining us on this retro database in a few weeks' time, and I'll
Yeah.
leave it at that. So that means you have to subscribe because you don't want to miss that video.
No.
And normally channel members will get to see those videos earlier when they are produced as well. So just a heads up, that's coming. Let's kick things off then at the schedule. And it's been wins after wins for me. As manager of Everton, I've won the Charity Shield, beating them Nottingham Forest 5-4. Also beat them 4-2, so some good games against them. 5-2 against Brighton, 3-1, 4-1 Spurs, 5-1 Leicester. Nobody of significance yet, though, I would say. Dad, after your couple of signings that you made, how has your schedule been? Very similar, but you've been scoring a lot of goals.
Yes.
You've even beaten Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah, sorry about that.
7-1.
Even Stuart Pearce smacked a penalty.
Yeah. Rudy Voller got 4 goals at home park. That would have been interesting to watch.
They'd have loved that.
Yeah. So looking at this team of Plymouth Argyle, they probably haven't got the same players there anymore. But I know at the start Tommy Tynan was there.
Yeah.
Because I had a look just to see what the Argyle players was like, and Kevin Summerfield was also there as well.
Yeah.
Who ended up being like
I'm trying to look down through the names. I don't recognise.
Yeah, a lot of them they've
at
been
the
bought. Like you can see, they're all in different coloured shirts, so it's not the exact same players. But yeah, I noticed at the start there was a couple of players there that I recognised, being from Plymouth. There we go. All right, season number 5. You have got a bit of an advantage in the points.
Yes,
but isn't out of the question if I go and just win it all. And sweep it.
You could do exactly what I've just done and won the Champions League. If you win that, it brings you right back in it.
Yeah, that's
and if you win the
especially
league
if
again,
I knock you out of it.
If you win the league again.
Yeah. Well, let's find out if I can do it. Well, season number 5, and it ain't looking good.
Invincibles, get in.
42 games as well. That's quite impressive. Look how close I was behind you.
That is unbelievable. For me to go unbeaten and you're only a point behind me.
Yeah. I only lost 1. I wonder who that was against.
5-1. That cost you the league.
That game was the league decider.
Yeah. We
drew the other game 4-4, which is quite impressive game.
Oh, so I got a point for beating you and winning the league.
You scored over 200 goals.
200
I mean, come on,
goals. The front 4 that I had was just disgusting.
Only conceded 38 as well. I mean, only Man United conceded less goals with 32.
Scored 200, only scored 38.
So,
and I only won the league by 1 point. That's mad, isn't it?
Crazy.
Oh, wow.
Profile of the league. There's a lot of Liverpool there.
Yes.
Rudy Voller with 33. Only 1 goal above Bebeto. Romario's there with 31. Andreas Boller again. I do not understand this bloke. How is he doing this? Never has he ever been in the first 11.
Nope.
He's like a myth. He's a mystery. Diego Maradona got 27 assists. That's definitely his best season.
Yep.
But Andreas Boller was an 8 average rating. An 8. Rudy Voller was just behind him.
We'll have to have a look. So many games he actually played.
Let's have a look then, straight away. He's only 23. 23. Look how good he has.
Anybody who takes this channel over, what a team they're going to have, innit?
Look at that. 31 and 20 in the league. He only started 25 games. Only started 25.
Average
scored 31. Alan Shearer was up there, but he wasn't in the goals, though. Was he anywhere near the top of the goals? No, Ruud Gullit was there, though. Ruud Gullit had 30 league goals. That's mental. Alan Shearer was down in 14th with just 18. What a waste of money. Alan Shearer was effing dearer.
Dion Dublin's there as well.
Yeah. Dion Dublin at Tottenham, by the way. Instead of Norwich, he moved from Norwich to Tottenham.
Couldn't find himself an house, could he?
Yeah. Clive Allen, 11th. John Fashnu's there.
Yeah, good John.
Yeah, so he's a decent striker in his day, wasn't he? So
another one looking for an house as well. I think he programs as
well. So let's have a look then at the cup competition. So Everton competitions. Won the League Cup.
You needed the
Couldn't
big one.
Win anything else.
You needed the big one.
Beat Manchester United in the final. Dad won the FA Cup.
Get in.
Didn't win the Champions Cup.
I don't care. I've done the double. I've got to admit, I'd have been a bit niff if I didn't win this challenge. Because this was me all over.
This is your years.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking for players that I was just thinking, it took me longer to do this, to buy players, because I knew so many of them and I wanted to buy more.
He's like, I actually recognise these names. I know who they are.
And the worst thing was, I mean, you look at Paul Gascoigne, he didn't play, he come on once, look.
Yeah.
And I was so chuffed that I bought him.
Yeah, barely played a single game for you.
I've got to admit, though, I think season 3, I think it was, when you got Rudy Gullit and...
season 2, sorry. I got Van Basten, and Ruud Gullit on free transfers.
Yeah, that was the season I thought you're going to go away with this now.
Yeah.
You getting them two, especially on freebies as well.
Yeah.
Two world-class players, and they were already world-class players as well.
Season 3 was when I got Lothar Matthäus and Carlos Moser, and that's when I thought, oh, this could be good.
Yeah, that was the season I thought you were going to go away with it, but that fourth season for me winning the Champions League.
I think getting Diego Maradona was a big thing, but
definitely.
Andreas Moller was a crazy deal because it just got you so many. I mean, when did you get him? It was here. So I think we actually forgot to even mention it when we were looking at the transfers because we were so obsessed with the free transfers you got. We didn't even mention getting Andreas Moller because he was the click before that. He was still 2024. We forgot to mention it. From Eintracht Frankfurt, £20 million. And he was the best player probably that you signed, I would say, for the impact that he had.
100%. I mean, how many goals did Russia score that last season as well? Because he just kept on scoring goals all season for
30.
me.
So in 30 starts,
going his thing for the 5 seasons, really. And what did he do for me for the 5 seasons?
Every season was over 20, other than that one season there, you got 16.
Yeah, wow.
So still good.
Yeah.
Still very good indeed. But across the season, 48 goals from Romario with 16 assists, so that's how good he's looking right there. 45 from Rudy Voller in 45 starts, 37 from Andreas Moller in just 36 starts, 28 assists as well. 34 from Gyorky Hagi.
Oh, wow.
Which was amazing.
Him and Maradona just brilliant behind the two.
Yeah, he got 39 assists.
That is unreal.
Yeah. De Jong's got 20 assists.
Yeah.
24 from
That was a good
Jorginho.
signing, wasn't it, in the end?
Turned out to be all right. Let's have a look at my Evertonian side. 47 from Bebeto. He was fantastic.
Yeah, he was
I
good
think I got
signing
him
for
in
you.
the first season.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I think
So
you did.
18 million, and every single season he did very well. I mean, the minimum was 29 goals in the league, which is quite crazy to be fair, in 34 games. Alan Shearer did okay, nowhere near as good as Bebeto, but Ruud Gullit, very impressive. From Ruud Gullit, who's now in his prime as well.
Yeah.
Lothar Matthäus didn't do too bad, 32 assists with 20 goals, playing a little bit further forward. Kevin Sheedy, though, unbelievable, 32 assists, and he only started 22 games. Yeah. That is not bad at all from Kevin Sheedy, the Irishman who played on the left quite a lot instead of John Barnes.
Zola done well for you for the season as well, look.
Yeah.
19 goals.
19, only starting 17, so not too bad at all. £28 million there, should anybody wish to carry it on, which would be on the channel members or on the patreon.com/Omega Luke Gaming. Thank you very much to all our Season 5 crew, by the way.
Yeah,
Let us know in the comments if you made it this far. We always do really appreciate you. Maybe we get a mug set up soon for Season 5. The Season 5 crew, something like that.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
But let's have a look then at the final points tally, but I think we already know the winner. Season 5 points are Mega Luke with 3 and Dad with 8, meaning the total points after 5 seasons is Omega Luke with 24 and Dad with 44. Well, there you go, 20 points ahead, Dad, but this was definitely yours to win, so fair play. And let's see if you can do it in a future 4-way rebuild.
Yeah, I've got my hand sort of...
This is yours and Aaron's.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
Aaron's slightly older, but I think this is definitely more yours for the taking. I don't know what Robble's going to do. I mean, the poor lad's born. He was born after 2000, so a lot of the players that even I know is probably wasn't there.
Yeah, good luck with that. He's looking at this. He's probably looking at it thinking, "Who the hell was that?"
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Aaron would be right. I think he's getting the face pack, isn't he?
Yeah, Aaron's making sure he's getting the face pack.
Yeah,
this
so
time,
he'd
he
be
might
right this
actually
time.
survive that time, but there we go. Right. Thank you very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Why not check out this video on screen right now? Because everybody's been saying that this challenge that we have started taking on, the Race to 7, is our best series yet. I agree. It is really heating up to the point that we're at right now. I don't know what point that you've watched it, but if you haven't, here's episode 1 on screen right now.